It's a strange week to be here with you. It started normally for all of us, and then it changed. And it changed many of our lives. As Sayyidina said, the suffering we speak about suddenly took a very different perspective. The Church of the Martyrs became the Church of the Martyrs. We use it as a title, we use it as a badge of honor, and quite often we use it as a historical perspective. But actually it's not. It's current, it's live today, and it has demonstrated that more than ever there is a price to be paid for our faith. Whether it's a small incremental price that we pay every day, or a huge price, the ultimate price that these 21 men paid, there's always a price. And it's up to us to decide whether we pay it or not. They could have decided very differently. The outcome could have been very different. But they followed in the path that we always say of our church. We got a little bit of a window this week. Sorry, that was fixed for Sayyidina and Yusuf. Who's the complaints guy? I've got your work cut out for you already. This is we got a small perspective this week into a reality that our church has lived for centuries. What we saw today is what our church saw from the 7th century, and particularly from the beginning of the first millennium, when the number of Christians in Egypt fell from 85% to about 15% because of the incredible wave of persecution. What we saw this last week is what happened to complete villages, complete cities during the reign of Diocletian. And yet, we are still here to tell the tale. Because, as Sayyidina said, it is a promise that in laying down our lives, we receive them. And we provide an example for those to come. So I'm sure we'll say a lot more about that during this weekend, but as I said, it's bittersweet, and it's been a difficult week because we've been so engaged with this issue, issuing statements and doing interviews and speaking to people, and everyone's very emotional. On a lighter side, someone saw one of our statements and was moved by the statement to the extent that he set up an online petition, and it was linked to my office's email address, and we received about 5,000 emails in the first few hours, and today we received another 2,000 emails. So while it completely blocked their work and we had to re-divert them, it just shows you the extent and the level of support. But having said that, we are the church of the living. The living in the everlasting life and the living today. And although we remember and commemorate and take pride in these courageous men, you are our focus this weekend. And that's why I'm here. Because You need to live your lives the way they did. You, by God's grace, will not be put in a position to pay the price they paid, but as I said, you will pay a price every day. And this is what this weekend is about. So, I don't want us to be sad this weekend. I want us to feel like we actually have an example before us, and to have something to work towards, something to achieve, and something to prioritize in our lives. So I'm very thankful for Sayyidina's invitation, and it's always wonderful to come here, to see Sayyidina first and foremost, to spend time with you, to be in this wonderful place, to take part in this wonderful convention, everything. It's just a full package. Everything together, and it's great. Everything which works so well. You're a wonderful group of young people. You have a great committee. You have a wonderful bishop. You have very dedicated, wonderful priests. You have a great venue. What else could we want? Weather. Sayyidina actually works very hard on that for the whole year. He saves up his prayer brownie points just for this convention, to make sure, because he doesn't want to put you in a position where someone has to say you're wearing shorts or you're wearing a shirt sleeve shirt. He just has your interest at heart. So Sayyidina gathers, if he prays for the right weather, then you will not be put in any sort of dilemma. And your wardrobe will be chosen for you by the mere fact that that's the way it is. You will also not be tempted to walk down by the beach or see this wonderful water view here, or walk around and get lost. You will feel that the warmth of the body of Christ is actually here. Partially due to the air conditioning system.